Welcome to OWAD Today. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring the last character of this week. We have seen some zigzaggy characters, and today looks a lot more like that, except we have one vertical line here added. What could that be? We have met ji in self, right? And half open here means yi already. Fully connected fetus. Okay, each of these totally meaning different. And now we have one additional line over there. It means tail. Well, in fact, these characters are somewhat related because it all came from the beginning of this tail-looking thing. That's a snake. And this is the Xushen Dictionary's rendering about 2,000 years ago. And you can see that back then, the snake head was rendered different. This, in the middle of the box, is a horizontal line. And over time, it changed to a vertical line. Isn't that interesting? So I don't exactly know what's the motive, what's the reason, because I couldn't even justify like this hook is for the ease of writing. Like why writing it horizontally versus vertically? Why that matters? Why somebody verticalized that horizontal line? Okay, so this was said to be some, I guess, big snake in the scale or capacity of being able to digest an elephant. Well, according to some, I guess, travel notes back then, it's Shanghai Jing. We have this, I guess, the collection of folklores, let's say, collected from faraway land that people back then, we couldn't travel, right? So we can only read and imagine. So there, it was recorded over there that this looking snake was able to swallow an elephant. So it came from the snake, and in fact, the tail of the snake, it's the long spine of the snake. It's the vertebrae of the main body of the snake, but we often tend to think of it as a tail. Okay, examples. 泥巴. Okay, for little kids in China, at least when I grew up over there. I'm not sure about nowadays babies if they play with 泥巴, which is kind of a Play-Doh, non-commercial version of Play-Doh, which came from nature, your neighborhood. Dig through the dirt when it's wet, so it's mud. Play with mud. Apparently it brought joy to kids when they were exploring the world and probably, eat something from the dirt, from the mud, to take some, I guess, the micronutrients from there. That was something baby universally likes to do. So 泥巴 was, I guess, one of the earliest vocabularies in my vocabulary. And here, why ba? I never thought about that until now. I think the whole thing about a snake, right? Imageries of snake. And here, 泥巴, because it's mud, it can be morphed into all kinds of shapes. So it's not about the shape of a snake lookalike. Here, this ba talks about the stickiness of, the right stickiness of the mud, that you can kind of use it to shape into something, shape into figure eights so that you can do the storytelling thing. And this came from a snake's ability to slither through a surface as if the snake got some magic magnet thing to the surface. So this stickiness came from the behavior of, at least observed the behavior of a snake. 锅巴, okay. If you ever been to Korean restaurants and a lot of native Koreans, my former coworkers, some of them, recommend to try this sort of we call guo ba, which was, okay, rice cooker. We eat the rice, but very often at the very bottom of the rice cooker, the rice got a little bit burned, caramelized, and then stick to the bottom of the pot. It takes quite some efforts to scrape them off the pot. And Korean people like to soak them in water and eat that. And that's guo ba. And for me, where I grew up, I don't soak it into water, make it kind of a soupy thing. Or I guess East Asian version of what would be an equivalent cereal kind of thing, but it's all organic, right? Not processed food, but it can kind of crunch it up, can be crunchy. When I grew up, I don't soak it, so I just eat guo ba by itself, simply because of the crunchiness. It's rice, it's kind of a sticky together into chunks, and you chew that off. It's quite satisfying. So that's guo ba. And again here, this ba took after the snake's sticky feature to the surface. Okay, wait, ba. Wow, this is the official tail. When we use ba, we don't exactly think about the tail automatically, because ba can be, as you can see here, can made into different things. Either behavior or shape, right? Whatever features that came from the original character. But when we do want to conjure the concept of tail, we use wei ba. And wei came from, I guess, the ox or some cattle's hairy-ended tail. And we use that pair with the snake, long slithering body, together to shape the concept of tail. And here, attribute to the original imagery holder of this character. Ba. Thank you for your time. See you another day.